Now, after a month of strikes, the owner of South Africa's Marikana Platinum Mine says it's reached a deal with some of the miners, but there are still others who refuse to work and are threatening to take the recent violence to a rather terrifying new level. The UK-based company Lonmin signed a deal with the main miners' unions late on Wednesday. In several weeks of protests over pay, 44 people have been killed, most of them shot down by police amid a confrontation with miners. One union has rejected the deal, though, and those who are staying away are determined to stop others returning to work. 3,000 protesters marched in Marikana yesterday. Some of them are threatening to kill miners who go back to work, and they're saying they would burn down the mine.
Komla, this peace accord basically commits miners to return to work by next Monday and for Lonmin to negotiate the workers' wage demands. And this agreement also states that peace should prevail during these negotiations and that stability be restored at the mine.
The rival mine union that was in conflict with the main union and that obviously resulted in violence is not part of this agreement. Is that a cause for concern?
That's correct. The Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union has complained of being sidelined, and that is why they claim that they were not in a position to sign this peace accord. But it doesn't look like workers will return to the mine on Monday as being stated by this peace accord, because the mine workers themselves were not part of this deal. They are still going to be briefed later today by their representatives, who will then tell them what the agreement is all about, and then they will decide whether or not they return to work. But from what we see here in Marikana is that these mine workers are saying that they will only return to work once negotiations for better wages are met, and they are saying that they will be intensifying their strike action this morning by confronting those who reported for duty last night and this morning.
Barbed wire, on your knees, pleading for reasonable working hours, for reasonable pay. I actually think by comparison to what some people in this mine are earning and some of the investors are earning from what is coming from this mine, 12.5 is reasonable.
Workers want a monthly wage worth €1,200. The dispute has now morphed into a turf war between rival unions amid fears of copycat strikes across the sector.